Jets and the Ravens free pick. Go with a very bad underdog based on the so-called sweat barometer. Sweat barometer, those of you may remember my years on the score phones. I used to call it the margin of cover. But anyway, now people call it the sweat barometer. Very bad teams based on that, and that's on how much you do or do not cover by, similar to the points per game, just relative to the point spread. Betting on bad teams, it's a regression to the mean angle, 296, 207, and 8. That would benefit the Jets. And when you have at least a 118-point difference for the season on spread margin, so in other words, it's not going to apply early in the year where there is a small game sample. Obviously, you got to have a pretty good game sample, so it's for the cumulative for the year. Go with the worst spread team, 139, 95, and 9, as the Ravens are actually a league best 11 and 2, covering by an average of 10.2 points per game. But that means they're actually a good go against at this point. You can't take those points retroactively, and they're going to be a little overvalued here. That would, of course, would benefit the Jets. Now, conversely, on short weeks, the better team generally does quite well unless they've had substantially more snaps. Going with the better team is 82 and 34. That would say to favor the Ravens. Go with teams with 90 or fewer snaps on the season, 208, 159, and 10. That would say to go with the Jets. Now, the Jets, their final 3 games, they're against the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Bills. A chance for, again, Sam Darnold to maybe go into the offseason with a little bit of momentum. Whether or not that really goes into the next year, debatable. But certainly makes the offseason a lot easier. Jets still with plenty to play for here is the basic point. I do like the Jets plus the 15. The Pats and the Bengals. Anti-splits angle about fading road teams who have a better record on the road than the home team has been at home is 141, 104, and 11. That would favor Cincinnati. Again, New England's been much better on the road than Cincinnati is at home, but that tells us regression to the mean. Also, kind of an anti-splits angle there as well. Much worse run defense late in the season, 59, 31, and 3. And this goes back a few years ago. I don't remember exactly who it was. It was a former NFL player, and I think on defense, and he was saying that when he looks late in the season, he looks for teams that have been the worst run defense. He thinks they're the ones that are going to tire at the end of the year. And I said, you know what? I can look that up. And he was wrong, at least from a spread standpoint. Bad run defenses are somewhat surprising to me, too. A pretty good play late in the year. Do teams quit late in the season? Well, the answer is on the road, they often do. At home, they don't. They play harder at home than they do on the road. Also runs at the end of the year. Home underdogs of 9.5 or more, week 15 or later, 32 and 19. That would favor Cincinnati. Sorry, folks. This is a time of the year where my allergies bother me the worst, so bear with me a little bit. Anyway, Bengals franchise wide receiver A.J. Green, considered day-to-day. If he comes back, would not only be an important addition talent-wise, but I think would give him a nice emotional lift. I like Cincinnati plus the 9.5. Vikings and the Chargers. And again, worse turnover team is the better team. The bet on 538, 407, and 30. Turnovers, yeah, it has a lot to do with lack of execution, lack of skill, but it's, I think, one of the more correctable mistakes. So turnovers are a little bit tougher to maintain. That's why going with the worst turnover team. Because remember, the spread is based on, in no small part, season-to-date performance. And when one team has a much better turnover ratio, that is tougher to maintain. Wide receiver Adam Thielen for the Vikings. Looks like he's going to be probable after missing 6 of the last games. Minnesota averaging 24.5 points per game, though, without him. Fading home underdogs off of a win of 21 or more is actually 16 and 6 since 2012. But again, the truth is, not as great before that. And 16 and 6 isn't something that's going to talk us out of it. You know, I like to say predictably unpredictable. I think both of these quarterbacks are box of chocolates. And going with a home dog of 3, it's a pretty good play. Free pick on the LA Chargers. Again, 34-17 with my premium picks at Joe Duffy's picks. 63-36 in football. Got a Wise Guy play on Army Navy. Already got 11 NFL, led by 5 Wise Guy plays up at offshoreinsiders.com. And we're brought to you in no small part due to mybookie.ag. They've made an agreement. Use the promo code Duffy. They will give you the largest bonus that they're offering anybody at that time. It's also your way to show your support. Say, I'd like more free picks. Please enter the promo code Duffy. They are thoroughly vetted. Bottom line is this. Any single sportsbook I talk about on offshoreinsiders.com, I have worked years and years and years and years to build up a tremendous reputation. Going on 32 years in the business. I'm not going to ruin that reputation by sending you to a bad sportsbook. Every single sportsbook that I have at offshoreinsiders.com is one of the best in the world. Offshoreinsiders.com, the best sportsbooks and thoroughly vetted sportsbooks.